Christine Celine, and today I'm here with Tu Pham. She is a co-founder and CEO of Phê Roasters here in Philadelphia. They're the first and only Vietnamese coffee roaster, and I'm so excited to hear your story today. And not only that, we'll also be able to learn how to brew our own Vietnamese coffee at home. Before we begin to show you how to brew your own Vietnamese coffee at home, Tu, can you tell us a little bit more about Phê Roasters and its connection to 12+?
So Phê Roasters is the first and only Vietnamese specialty coffee roaster in Philadelphia. We primarily roast Vietnamese coffee, but we also highlight other Southeast and East Asian coffees from Thailand, Indonesia. Eventually we'll introduce coffee from China. We primarily want to focus on the value of community engagement. So Vietnamese coffee, there's this tradition, this method, this process behind brewing Vietnamese coffee that really invokes conversation and community engagement. So it really forces you to be present with the person across from you, your environment, your community. So that is really brought through the coffee. We also have this social mission, which is this connection with 12+. So 12+ is an educational nonprofit in Philadelphia. They partner with under-resourced Philadelphia high schools, and they do the entire college and career access in the schools in collaboration with the counselor or the counselors in the school. And we will be donating a portion of our profits to 12+, and we will eventually be employing students from the 12+ partner schools here at the roastery. So they'll be handling a lot of the day-to-day operations at the roastery. They'll be roasting coffee, doing social media, assisting the wholesale manager, and really developing these personal and professional skills that they may or may not be getting at the jobs that they have right now. So there's really that positive learning culture at the roastery that we're going to foster and offer the students at 12+.
That's so beautiful. And we spoke about this before, but I think one of the things that you brought in with your heritage and how you were raised was service and acts of service. So it's really nice that Phê Roasters and 12+ are able to work off of one another to create a community and give back to the community. Not only are you present in the moment of creating that coffee, but you're able to really serve the person in front of you as well as the community all in one.
Right.
Now, Tu is going to show us how to create the Vietnamese coffee, and I'm so excited for you guys to see how, because it's a really simple process.
I'll give you some background about the coffee that we use. So this is our Vietnamese espresso blend. So it's a blend of Vietnamese Robusta beans and then Thai Arabican beans. And in a traditional Vietnamese coffee at restaurants that you get your coffee from, they usually use Café du Monde, which is a brand that's based in NOLA, and it's a blend of Latin American and African beans. We're trying to decolonize ourselves in a way by sourcing our beans directly from Vietnam and other Southeast and East Asian regions. After some experimentation, I found that the Vietnamese Robusta beans and the Thai Arabican beans is a really great rendition of Café du Monde. And we don't add anything into our blend. Café du Monde, they add chicory, which is a plant that's dried, and then they add it into the coffee. And we found a way to roast it that it brings out that smokiness that chicory kind of adds to the Café du Monde blend.
So interesting.
So this is straight up coffee.
It's so fragrant already.
It is very
I'm so
fragrant.
excited.
It is very fragrant. So I usually put condensed milk first into whatever cup they're using, and depending on the person, you can kind of change the amount of condensed milk. This is about 1.5 tablespoons of condensed milk.
I love condensed milk, so
if you like flan,
you
will love condensed milk. This kind of recipe or coffee ratio is really dependent on the coffee that you're using. So because this is a specific roast and blend that we made, we recommend 4 tablespoons of coffee.
And then what's the instrument that we're using today for?
So this is called a phine. So a phine is kind of like a Vietnamese apparatus that you use to brew Vietnamese coffee. And it's really cool because it's like a pseudo espresso machine, and it comes with the saucer, so you put this on the cup. This is the chamber where you put the grounds in, and then it comes with this thing here, which is the tamper, And like a portafilter on an espresso machine, you have to tamp the coffee, as in level the coffee grounds. So it comes with it.
That's really cool.
And this keeps the grounds kind of leveled as you're adding the hot water in. And that's really important to keep the grounds level because you want an even extraction. The really cool part about this is that the tamper stays on top, and then when you add the hot water, all the carbon dioxide kind of builds up and it gets released from the coffee, so it starts bubbling, and the tamper just keeps it level, which is great. So if you brew on, I guess like a V60 or a Chemex, there's that stage in the very beginning, the 15 to 30 seconds in the beginning that the coffee blooms. It's called the blooming stage, and it happens as well. We recommend using boiling water. So we're gonna bloom it for the first 15 to 30 seconds. And it's just like a splash of water so that the coffee can absorb all the water. So this process is very traditional, and you'll probably see this more in Vietnam than you do see in Vietnamese restaurants here in America. Because it is a long process, Vietnamese restaurants, they usually do it in the morning or even the night before. They brew it and they store it, and then when someone orders it, they'll just bring it to the table already with ice and with a straw. Whereas in Vietnam, they're very used to the process and accepting of how long that process takes.
It's a labor of love.
It's a labor of love, and I think it's really cool that we're trying to expose different cultures to this process more, because it's really fun, and it's it's a labor of love, as you said, and it's like a gift that you're giving to somebody after.
You can really get to know someone over it.
Right.
Yeah.
This is also really cool because it's portable, so you can bring it camping or hiking, or you can even bring it to your hotel room. But if you know what type of coffee that you like, and if you want a strong cup of coffee, which Vietnamese coffee can offer you, it's great because it's portable.
Yeah.
This blend, this Vietnamese espresso blend, has Robusta beans. And Robusta beans has 2 times more caffeine index compared to Arabican beans. So there is a little bit more caffeine. So just imagine like 2 to 3 shots of espresso in here. You can already tell it's really thick.
It is very
It looks
thick.
kind of malty. And it's coming down. That drip is like a slow drip, and you can see how slow it takes for that drip to drop. Oh, you like that drip to drop? That drip to drop, and it's strong, and it's being really evenly extracted because of this tamper on top.
No, it's a very cool process, and I love the layers already. I think when I have Vietnamese coffee in a restaurant, you're right, they do have it pre-prepared. I don't really get to see this process. I just see the final product.
Right.
So it's really nice to actually go through this process and see how it's made. And I actually appreciate it because this is really cool for camping and things. Where do you normally get this kind of apparatus from?
So this you can get at any Asian supermarket. If you're from Philly, they sell this on Washington Ave, they sell this at 600 Spring Garden or Ben City Supermarket. You'll find it more so in the Chinese or Vietnamese supermarkets. They're pretty affordable. They're about $4 to $5 compared to like a Chemex, which can go up to $30, and including the filters, almost like $40 to $45. So this is very affordable, super sustainable. There's no filter needed for this. It's already built in, machine washable, so you can put this in the dishwasher and it'll be super clean.
Perfect.
So you can drink this hot or you can drink it iced, but the most common way to drink it is iced. And the reason why is because Vietnam is like a very tropical, humid country, so you'll see people drinking iced coffee at like 5 in the morning. Whereas here, when people wake up, it's like they're gonna get a hot cup of coffee. Especially like it's 5 a.m. and who wants like iced coffee at 5 a.m.
It's usually cold at that time.
Right. It's usually a little bit chilly even in the summer. Should be drank really slowly. I think when people get their Vietnamese cup of coffee, they like chug it because it's so sweet and it's good. But then they get the jitters afterwards. They get the caffeine sweats.
That's funny.
So after it's finished brewing, you just want to mix it up first before you pour it over ice, or you can drink it hot as well. You do need to mix it up. And the condensed milk really balances out the robustness, the darkness of the espresso. I believe in you.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Oh my god, yes. This is so yummy.
Good.
Wait. Wait, I need to like drink it slowly because we just talked about it, but like I also kind of just want to like drink it all. Oh my god, so I guess for you guys watching, it's so yummy and it's like all the best parts of coffee because it's not bitter for sure, and like it has, I don't know how to describe coffee, but like for me, I think I taste like a smokiness almost. Like, is that what you're speaking of when you mentioned bean roasting? Yeah, so there's like a smokiness to it, and then there's the sweetness from the condensed milk, which just balances with that.
There is a little bit of that spice in here, and it's actually from the Thai rabbit beans. So Thai rabbit beans has this kind of like peppercorn aroma and taste to it. Instead of adding the chicory, which I think chicory kind of adds to the Café du Monde blend, along with the smokiness, I found that the Thai beans has that in itself. So that's why I added that into the blend.
Yeah, I actually really love that. Like that smokiness is something really unique. I don't really experience that in like my typical cups of coffee that I make at home. So I think like that in itself, like that flavor is something that I crave. So that mixed with the condensed milk is just like phenomenal. It's just really palatable. Like
It's a friendly cup.
It's
friendly.
It's super friendly.
Right, you get your darkness, but then the sweetness, so it makes it really friendly to an everyday coffee drinker, whoever.
Or even if you're not typically a coffee drinker, I think that this is really accessible and friendly. I think you can really enjoy a cup like this. I can't wait to try this. It's so cool. Oh my god, thank you so much for showing us how to make a Vietnamese cup of coffee. And I hope you guys are able to make this at home. You are obviously a pro, so you made it look super easy.
Yes, I'm a pro.
But the process is actually very simple, as you can see, so I'm sure you guys at home will have a pretty smooth ride trying to make your own at home. I'm so happy to have had you on my channel, and you'll be sure to see her again. Right?
Yeah, for sure,
We have a lot of things planned now.
Yeah,
now
me
that we've
too.
become friends. So be on the lookout for that. If you're in the Philadelphia area, visit Tu and Phê Roasters at the Cherry Street Pier this summer. Starting July 13th, she will be there with her pop-up. Don't forget to follow Phê Roasters on Instagram at Phê Roasters. And lastly, thank you so much for watching. We really appreciate it. Thank you for being here with me.
Thank you for having me.
Be sure to like and comment down below. What is your favorite way to have coffee? For us, yours is definitely the Chemex.
Sure.
And then for mine, I prefer like Vietnamese coffee with like condensed milk. I just really like the sweetness for that. Iced, of course. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you're having a beautiful day, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye!
Bye.